Thanks so much for joining me here again as we get to talk about one of my most favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. You can follow me on social media. I have links in the description below. So I have links to this story. So if you want to see more of it, there's a link to the DC fan site, the wiki page, and I got the JLA in there. So we're going to be looking at JLA 16 and 17, written by Grant Morrison. Number 16 is done by the regular team of Howard Porter and John Dell, but 17 is done by the same guy that did Prometheus, Arnie Jorgensen. Speaking of Prometheus, I do have a video that of Prometheus that goes before this. So if you're watching this, stop, go see the Prometheus video, then come here. So we start out that 3 months have elapsed since the previous issue, which would have been 15, and Lois Lane is going with Cat Grant up to the Watchtower. And John Jones, of course, the Martian Manhunter, is going to be playing Clark Kent, so that Clark and Superman can both be in the same thing. So they're having a recruiting program, basically, and inviting a bunch of heroes, including Retro, who's going to be a JLA member for the day. And this kind of, so if you need to watch the Prometheus one, so but I'll give you a quick lowdown, and is that this is Prometheus who ended up killing poor little Retro in the previous issue, and of course here he's got that cosmic key. And Batman is in the monitoring and suspects that something's not. He seems well, Batman doesn't trust anybody, so him saying there's something about the contest winner, it's just typical for Batman. He doesn't trust anybody. So everybody's sort of teleporting into the JLA Watchtower, and Superman is still in that outfit of his and introduces himself to Retro, and is going to have everybody meet the JLA. So Steel, Huntress, Flash, Wonder Woman is wearing a different bit of an outfit. She's wearing a skirt. We got Plastic Man, the Angels are real, Green Lantern. So Aquaman's in the background. So he's kind of telling them that, there's going to be a permanent 7 with everybody else sort of rotating. And today, Retro's going to have one of those, and Retro excuses himself and asks if he could go to the bathroom. Everybody just has a laugh about it. And Aquaman, or not Aquaman, I'm sorry. The reporters are asking questions like, Zariel, you're an angel, so that means there's a god, etc., etc. So, Steel is telling him where the bathrooms are, and he's looking through that weapon. He's like, Retro, right? And he goes, no, not really. I'm Prometheus, and I killed Retro and took his place. Suddenly, boom, he electronically or uses electricity to negate Steel's armor. And so prior to that, he had asked about that forest that's here, and that's where the oxygen is generated clean and all that stuff. So one down. Batman, of course, says something's wrong, and so can John Jones. So he's going to pretend, he's going to act very Clark-like and excuse himself, saying he also needs to go to the bathroom. And he's going to load his little disc into the mainframe and get the secrets of the Watchtower kind of where everything is. And he's downloaded them, copied and downloaded them into directly into his brain. Now, this is a Martian Manhunter. Of course, he's in a oxygen, which is, of course, combustible. Throws a dart at him, and he goes into flames. And of course, that is the Martian Manhunter's weakness. And then he throws in a toxin that is supposed to counteract his powers, so sort of melting him in a way. So 2 down. So far, Prometheus. This is what I mean, and I ranted about this in the Prometheus when I was covering the Prometheus. Was that man? This guy could have been really good. I think DC ended up killing him. It just it's a waste, but I would find a way to bring him back. If I ever took over a title, I would find a way to bring him back and make him the main villain of whatever. It doesn't matter, man. I could have any character, and it would be Prometheus, who I would bring back immediately. So Superman asks everybody to kind of stay calm. Now that Prometheus had burned the forest, which I kind of moved through, but I guess I didn't explain it. Oxygen is falling rapidly, so everyone is going to die. So they basically got to get everybody out. A huntress tells them to get the cameras out, very Batman-like. Superman tells everyone not to worry. They're all under protection of all the heroes. And Prometheus is happy. He's taking them down one by one. Huntress shows up. He says this is a cosmic key. He uses it to get rid of Zariel and sends him to his own home. He's like, what the heck? And he realizes he's in limbo. And Flash and Green Lantern notice that the teleporting systems are all offline, so they can't get the people out. They ask Aquaman for a comment. He says that the oxygen is being consumed, and he's got to divert the contents of the water into a sprinkler network, so he doesn't have time for comments, which was in itself a comment. Wonder Woman's gonna lead everyone to a shuttle, and this person's here. Hopefully, has room for 100 people. And Flash is asking who the heck is Prometheus. Green Lantern asks him to be quiet for a minute so that he can concentrate. He asks him what does he mean for concentrate. He says he can't keep it together. His ring's not working. And the Prometheus shows up and tells him he basically created like a neural to block some of the pathways, and then to also prevent Flash from interfering, he has these motion sensitive detonator bombs, and he says he's planted them, and now he's got he's taken down 5, so he asks them who's going to be number 6, and of course they're shocked because here is Batman. So we are now going to go to number 17, and Prometheus is shown taking out the entire JLA. Of course, here are the credits, and as I mentioned, Arnie Jorgensen will be the penciler. He's the penciler on that Prometheus one shot. And so here we start out with a bit of a recap here. And now everyone's kind of wondering what's going to happen. So, of course, here is Batman down. So again, we're going to have another bit of a recap and then Wally's like, "Who are you?" And Flash is asking about those bombs. So Prometheus, of course, introduces himself. He's such a badass. Again, this was a missed opportunity. Really missed opportunity. A great villain was created, and yeah, unfortunately, but I digress. So Prometheus says he should shoot Green Lantern out of mercy, and he ends up doing it. Again, he blocked that neural shaft, and it said it just wasn't going to work on Flash because of how Flash thinks and how Flash moves. And he's like, he shot me, and he tells that he can't move anything above normal speed, or those motion detector bombs he planted. And anyway, he also shoots Flash. So real quick here, the Batman is also down, so that is so that was pretty cool when I gotta admit, when I first saw this. So as Wonder Woman is leading, as Wonder Woman and Superman are leading all these people down, there's a statue that is destroyed, and of course Prometheus down to the main event, the most powerful of the heroes. Prometheus seems to enjoy that Superman said his name. It's like he made it into that villains group. Prometheus wants to be the greatest super criminal of all time, the one that killed the Justice League. So Flash is trying to help Wally, and Wally just can't seem to concentrate. And of course Batman is alive. And I love this part. He goes, "Well, that was a humbling experience," he says. That is so cool. That is so typical of something that he would say. He asks where he went, meaning Prometheus. He says he left us, and he shot us and then left us, but his suit absorbed it. But Green Lantern's in trouble, and Batman just looks at him and says, "Flesh will leave a scar, but it won't kill you." So he's asking, the stuff that is, interfering with his thoughts and stuff. Batman basically says, after we've dealt with Prometheus, Flash can impart some of his super speed to help accelerate Green Lantern's metabolism. And he wonders how they can do that, since he went through them so easily. Green Lantern, of course, comments that they don't even have a telepathic link, and Prometheus knows everything. He says, "Well, we have a technological link that is still operational, and it's Oracle, who is Batgirl, by the way, the original Batgirl who had been shot by the Joker. At this time, she was still bound to the wheelchair, and used her smarts to become Oracle. So you can read up more on her on the DC fan page. And like I said, the links are below. Oracle basically says that they don't have anything on this Prometheus, but she'll be looking around to see what they can find on him. Steele was able to, he's going to basically go into the nearest computer to see if he can get a program running to help his armor. So, he says he needs 30 seconds, but he's having issues. Of course, he throws his hammer. And here was Plastic Man. Oh. Oh, that is awesome. So he throws it back to him. Steele thinks that if they can get close enough to him, he can seize control of his technology. So Prometheus says he's planned everything, and it says if Steel Hammer crashes through somewhere, the pressure drop will kill everyone except him, and only Superman will survive unless, and Superman of course asks unless what? And Prometheus, he basically wants Superman to kill himself, and that if he kills himself, he'll allow the people to live. He says if he kills himself, they'll all go free. Lois Lane, of course, is like, no, he can't do that. By the way, they're married already by this point in time. So, and this one here says it's time for old Cat to make her move. So, this person is not who she says she is. Superman says he'll do anything to get these people home safely. He scanned his armor, and one electromagnetic pulse would take out his entire computer system. Prometheus says that, of course, is true, but it won't tell him how to get the transporters working again for those people, taking them to Earth, and he'll only do that when Superman is dead. So Wonder Woman says the lasso can make you tell me he was, and no power on Earth can resist it. And he says that he can, and it won't matter. He will never tell them. And Wonder Woman wonders if they should take the risk, but soon it starts to sprinkle. And Aquaman, who said he was going to do that, is manually opening the water tanks, showing how strong he also is. So the sprinklers are gonna take care of that fire. So Superman says, save the people first, and then I'll do what you want. You owe me that much. And he's like, I don't owe you anything. So Justice killed his parents, so they represent that justice. So Lois Lane says, hey, Cat isn't Cat. And of course we have this going here. And you hear just a poor other mama's boy. And it's Catwoman in her costume before the one Ed Brubaker took. So this is her sort of 90s costume that she had, and of course uses her whip on him. And of course, if you can see here from this is where she hits him, and he goes down. He yells traitor, and he throws sort of like a bullet, but another arrow sort of hits him, and that's the Huntress. So, and he says too much data is flowing into him, which is causing him to take off his helmet. His armor is already under the control of Steel, so all the villains or all the heroes are now surrounding him. And he uses the cosmic key to go back home So not not bad for his first time. So when he gets home, of course, Zoriel is there, and so um, he says he forgot about him. So he presses the key and gets rid of him, and he's like back home. He goes, "Oh my God, his house is in limbo, and only the dead go there." So this, of course, was Batman's idea in case of something bad would have happened. That you know, because Batman's under control, always under control, and so suddenly there's a boom from a boom tube, and Superman tells everyone to stay back because he doesn't know who's there. They say forgive the dramatic arrival, and it's Orion, Tachyon, and Barda from the New Gods. Tachyon, of course, is the new High Father. So the New Gods are on Earth now to help um, that threat that Metron had predicted, and they're going to help build up Earth's defenses. Um, so they had put some rules in around, said he doesn't care about the rules, and Barda's like, "Oh, we'll try to do our best to keep him civil." So Barda's really badass. I really do like her. I think she's a very cool. I love her design too. She has one of the best costumes. So the JLA are putting Prometheus's uh, helmet in the trophy case. Superman is going to accept pretty much everyone there to be members, and says that if Prometheus is any indication, we're going to need all the strength that we can get. But, they have a big responsibility. You can still see Batman's bleeding. So, and here we have the new JLA. So, this kind of concludes our little run here. So, we did JLA 16 and 17 here by Grant Morrison. And if you also look for that Prometheus one shot, that'll kind of be like a little trilogy. So, like and subscribe, and thanks for listening.